Hi friends, in this video we'll be learning how to solve linear programming problem by using a simplex method for maximization problems. So in this video we are taking a maximization problem. So here is an example. Solve the following linear programming problem by using simplex method. Maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2. This is a objective function which is given in the problem, and this objective function which is subjected to, there are two constraints. One is x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 4, and the other constraint x1 minus x2 which is less than or equal to 2, and where x1 and x2 are greater than or equal to 0. That means whatever products you manufacture or you produce, so that cannot be negative value, that should be either 0 or it can be more than 0. Then only you can calculate or you can expect some profit out of the products. There could not be any negative products there. So now for any given linear programming problem, there are varieties of methods to solve the problems. Here is the one method where it is called as a simplex method. So in case of simplex method, first step is to convert the general linear programming problem, whatever it is given, so into a standard linear programming problem. So to convert that, so first we will take the constraint equation. So here x1 plus x2 plus s1 we have added, and which is equal to 4. So now we need to convert whatever inequality symbols it is given here. We are converting these inequality symbols into equality symbols by introducing a slack variable called plus s1, which is equal to the constraint value whatever it is given in the solution. Similarly, you take the second constraint equation x1 minus x2 plus s2 you can add, which is equal to 2, wherein again then less than or equal to inequality is converted into equality symbol by introducing a slack variable called plus s2 in the second constraint equation. So these s1 and s2 slack variables whatever you introduced in the constraint equation, that two slack variables should be included in the objective function, that is maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus a 0, positive 0 you need to add to the slack variable s1 and positive 0 to the slack variable s2 for solving the linear programming problem in the standard linear programming type, and where x1, x2 and s1, s2, all these values, all these variables are greater than or equal to 0. Now taking the standard linear programming equation, we need to solve by simplex method, and we need to write the first simplex method in this form. So here the table, this is the standard simplex table what you need to follow for solving the simplex problems, linear programming problems by simplex method. This is the Cj, where the objective function coefficients you need to write, and this is the current basic variable, and this is a basic variable x1, x2, s1, s2, whatever it is taken in the objective function, and here s1 and s2 are the slack variables what you have taken, and this is solution in the ratio zj, cj and zj. We'll see how to calculate all these values. Now this is Cj represents the coefficient of the objective function. So the objective function variables, it is written here x1, x2, s1, s2. Now write down the variable, the coefficients of the objective function. So for x1, what is the coefficient here? 3. Write 3 here, and similarly for x2, the coefficient is 2, write 2, and for the slack variables it is 0 and 0, write 0 and 0 here. Then the slack variables whatever you have taken for the basic variable, so that current basic variable coefficients, now it is 0 and 0 initially. So now take the constraint equation which are subjected to x1 plus x2 plus s1 is equal to 4. Now write down the coefficients of the constraint equation, that is the first constraint equation or nothing but the first slack variable constraint equation. For x1 it is given 1 here, and for x2 also it is 1, write 1, and for S1 it is 1, and there is no S2 slack variable in the first equation, so here it will be taken as 0. Similarly, the solution of the first constant equation is 4, write 4 in the solution column. Similarly, you can take the second constant equation, you can write x1 is equal to 1, x2 is equal to minus 1, s1, there is no s1 in the equation, so take it 0, s2 it is 1, then the equality, that is the constant equation value, it is given as the solution value is 2. Write down this one. Now after writing this one, now calculate zz value. So that zz value is nothing but the summation of coefficient of variables whatever it is given, and the coefficients of uh, the variables what it is given in the objective function and constant equation. So this, for calculating that one, this is a formula what we are using, that is the summation of products of CB as well as AI, that is the coefficients of basic variable and the coefficients. Now see, if you take the first example, see here 0 into 1 plus 0 into 1. So that is a first variables, the products what you are taking the summation, so that is equal to 0. Write down that 0 here. And similarly, even if, when you calculate for the second column with the coefficients whatever it is available here, 0 into 1, 0, 0 into minus 1, again 0. When you add these two, again you will get 0. So because here you have the coefficients 0, whether you multiply with whatever number it is given in the matrix here, so you will get zeros only, so you can write 0, 0 here. And after calculating the coefficients of this one, Cj and Zj values, now subtract the objective function coefficients with Zj values, you will get the Cj minus Zj, that is 3 minus 0, this is 3, and Zj value is 0, 3 minus 0, you will get 0 here. Similarly, you take the second variables, second values, coefficients 2 minus 0, you will get 2 here. So 2 minus 0, 2. So similarly here 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0 you will get. Now for calculating any simplex method, for maximization problem, whatever Cj and Zj values you have taken, the difference of Cj minus Zj values, that should be less than or equal to 0 for maximization problem. For minimization problem, this Cj minus Zj should be greater than or equal to 0. Now the problem it is taken in this video, it is maximization type. So all the values whatever it is in the row Cj minus Zj row should be less than or equal to 0 for getting the optimal solution, and this Cj minus Zj row represents the net cell evaluation or the net evaluation row here. So this row determines whether the current solution is under optimal condition or not. If you introduce, because here all the values it is not less than or equal to 0, because of that we if you introduce that whatever variables it is there, x1 or x2 with values whatever it is given here, if you can introduce it into the solution, then the respective solutions also it will increase. If you introduce 3 into the equation, the maximization value will increase by 3, or if you introduce 2, the optimum or the objective function or the objective function of maximize z, it will increase that one. And even if you introduce s1 and s2, it will not have any effect on the profit, because there is no change in the values, because here you have 0 0 until unless you introduce x1 and x2 variables, you will get an improvement in the solution or profit for the maximization equation. Now as the net cell evaluation or net evaluation row is not satisfying the maximization condition, that means this solution is not optimal, hence we need to go for checking for the optimality condition, and we need to solve the next iteration. To solve for the next iteration, we need to identify here the key column. So to identify the key column, we have to take the highest positive value in the last row. So here the highest positive value in the last row is 3. So this column whatever it is represented here, this column it is considered as a key column here. So and in this key column, whatever the variable it is represented with the x1, so this will become the entering variable for the next iteration, and with the uh, whatever values it is there in the column. So with respect to this, you need to calculate the ratio. So in the solution, you have 4. Divide this 4 by the key column value, you will get the ratio here. 4 divided by 1, you will get 4. Similarly, 2 by 1, you will get 2. So this is the ratio how you need to calculate. Once after calculating the ratio here, you need to identify the key row by selecting the least row element in the key values whatever you find it in the ratio. So here 4 and 2. So out of 4 and 2, the lowest value is 2. So this becomes the key row here, and where the intersection of these two it gets, so this becomes the key element, and this variable becomes the leaving variable for the next iteration. This is called as a leaving variable for the next iteration, and the intersecting element it is called as a key element, and this key element will be considered for evaluating the next table of simplex table. So here the key element is 1 in this problem. Now, considering the previous table, whatever you got, this is a previous table. In the first simplex table, what we have got, that is a key element and the entering variable and leaving variable we have got. And this is the first iteration table, what we have written. The same table, what you have written for the first simplex table, the same one, it will be repeated same way. This is the CJ, CB, BB, X1, X2, X1, solution, ratio, everything. So here we have written only S1, and here in the last table, in the first simplex table, the entering variable is x1 and the leaving variable is s2. So now we need to replace s2 by this x1 here. So now this becomes the entering variable for the first iteration, and s2 becomes the leaving variable. And now write down what are the coefficient values we have for the x1 in the objective function. So here we have 3 in the objective function coefficient value for the x1. Write down the 3 in the basic variables there, coefficient of basic variables. Now once you got the key element here, now for writing you can take row 1 and row 2. So here the key element is lying in the row 2 in the table. So whatever key element it is there, divide that by the entire row to get the values for the first iteration simplex table. So here the key element is 1. So divide this entire row by 1, you will get the values. So instead, in place of 1, if you have the different value, you get different values. Otherwise, because here you have only the key element is 1, so even if after dividing these values with the 1, you will get the same values. Hence what you can do, row 2 new is equal to row 2 old, whatever you have taken, divide that by key element, so you will get the same values, because the key element here it is 1. Because of that you get the same values, 1, minus 1, 0, 1, and even the solution value also 2, as it is given in the previous table. But now for the key column, whatever you have taken in the previous table, here you have 1. So now try to convert this 1 into 0 by taking the row 2 into the effect. So how to calculate that, we will see that one. See, row 1 new, that means this row 1 new will be equal to row 1 old, that is the old table, that means the previous table you have to take, that is equal to 1 here, minus R2 new, whatever row 2 you got, if you subtract that one, you will get the value of row 1 here. So now we'll take it an example. Row 1 new is equal to R1 old is 1, the value, minus what is the R2 new, that is row 2 new value is 1. So 1 minus 1, you will get 0 here. So similarly, you take next element, that is row 1 new, that is the second element is here 1, minus of minus 1, the new element of row 2, the value of row 2 new is -1. So 1 minus of -1, it will become 2. Write down the 2 here. So similarly you can calculate for this one, 1 minus c, the old element of the row 1 is 1 and the new element or the new value of the row 2 is 0. So 1 minus 0, you will get 1. Similarly you can take 0 minus 1, you will get minus 1 here. So similarly the solution value, so the old value of the row 1 is 4 and the new value of the row 2 is 2, hence 4 minus 2, it will give you 2. So whereas earlier you had 4, now the value is 2 here. Okay, now after calculating row 1 and row 2 values, now we can calculate z value. So again you can take the same formula and take the product and sum of the coefficients of these two values here. So for example, for the first one, 0 into 0 plus 3 into 1. So 0 into 0 becomes 0, 3 into 1, it is 3. So write down 3 here. Similarly, take for the second coefficient values, 0 into 2 plus 3 into minus 1. 0 into 2 plus 3 into minus 1, it will give you minus 3 here. Similarly, you can calculate for 0 into 1, 3 into 0, it will be 0. Similarly, 0 into minus 1 plus 3 into 1, it will be 3. And also along with that, you can calculate the next values by subtracting Cj minus Zj. So 3 minus 3, 0. Here it is shown 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. Now next 2 minus 3, 2 minus of minus 3. This is minus 3, so it has to be subtracted in minus, so it becomes plus. You will get the plus 5 value. And again here 0 minus 0, you will get 0. 0 minus of 3, so you will get minus 3. So these are the values what you got. Now you need to check for maximization, Cj minus Zj should be less than or equal to 0. So here the net evaluation row, in the net evaluation row you have 0 minus 3 and you have one positive value, that is greater than 0. So because of that the solution under test is not optimal, hence you have to go for the optimality test again. So to go for optimality, you need to identify in the net cell row, or you need to identify the maximum positive value and consider that as a key column. So this value or this column is considered as a key column here. Now, and here this x2 variable will be entering variable for the next iteration, and with this column you have to divide the solution so that you will get the ratio values. 2 by 2 you will get 1. Similarly 2 by minus 1 you will get minus 2. Hence here again when you take the lowest value out of this one, so you should not consider the negative value, you have to consider the positive lowest value. Here the positive lowest value is 1, so this becomes key row for this table. So this is a key row and the intersection value is 2 here, that becomes the key element, and the leaving variable will become s2 here. This is a leaving variable s2, and here the intersection value or the element, it is called as 2, that element it is called as a key element. So and when you take the product and sum of solution and the coefficient of this one, you get 6. This is a solution for this current table. This is not the optimal value, this is a solution for the only current table. So now taking the key element as this one, and again you need to go for the next iteration for calculating by introducing x2 in place of s1 as a entering variable, and we need to calculate the second iteration table. So from second for second iteration we need to consider the first iteration table, and here the key element is 2. So now convert this key element 2 into 1 by in the next iteration table. So before that So here the exit, the leaving variable is s1, the entering variable is x2. So now replace x2 by s1 here. So here this was s1, it is replaced by x2 entering variable, and this was replaced in the previous iteration, that is by s2 by x1. Now write down the coefficients for x2, it is 2, and the coefficients for x1, x2, s1 and s2, whatever objective function coefficients are there, we have written the same thing. And for x1, x2 basic variables, what it is taken as a entering variables, for that also you have to take the same values, 2 and 3 you have taken. Now to calculate the row 1 and row 2 values, so before calculating r1 and r2 or row 1 row 2 values, you need to consider the key row first. So which is a key row? In that, where you have the key element, that key element you need to convert it into 1. How you can convert that key element into 1 means, so whatever value of the key element is there, divide that key element by uh, all other values whatever it is there in that respective row. You will get the value 1 for this cell and other values with the different values. So for that one, you have to take row 1 new is equal to row 1 old by key element. So here the key element value is 2, and whatever values of row 1 old is there, you take that one. So here the key element is 2 as well as r1 old value is 2, so you get 1 for the x2 coefficient. So similarly for x1, you take the old value is 0 and the key element is 2, so 0 by 2 you will get 0 here. Similarly for s1, the old element is 1 and the key element is 2, 1 by 2, and for s2 it is minus 1 by 2. And now calculating for the solution, the value is 2 here, and if you divide 2 by 2 with the key element, you will get 1 will be the solution value. And similarly now we will calculate for r2. So now whatever key column is there, for that key column for the second row you should make it 0. So once you make it 0, with the same formula you can calculate for the other remaining cell values. So here R2 new is equal to R2 old plus R1 new. R2 old value is minus 1 here. Minus 1 is a R2 old value plus R1 new. This is a row 1, the new value 1. If you add that one, you will get the 0. So you take R2 old values of all the cells, then add R1 new values of the respective cells, you will get the row 2 values. So now take 1 is the row new old value plus the new value of row 1 is 0, you will get 1. Similarly for this one, 1 by 2 you will get, and for these two, 1 by 2. This is R1 old is R2 old is 1, and R1 new is minus 1 by 2, so you get 1 by 2 here. Similarly when it comes to column solution column, it is 2 here, and the old value is 2 and the new value of the cell is 1, so it comes to 3, the solution value. Now calculate Zj, that is a product of summation of the coefficient values here. So here this is the same formula what we used in the first iteration and the first simplex table, the same table it can be used. So now multiply 2 into 0 plus 3 into 1, you get 3. Similarly you can calculate 2 into 1 plus 3 into 0, you get 2. Similarly 2 into 1 by 2 plus 3 into 1 by 2, you get 5 by 2 here. And for the S2, 2 into minus half plus 3 into half is equal to totally half you will get here. So after that you can calculate even for the solution value, that is 2 into 1 plus 3 into 3, you get 11. This is a solution of this table, and this cannot be this can be considered as a optimal solution if this is if the Cj minus Zj holds good for the optimality condition, or else this is a current solution for the current table. Now calculate Cj minus Zj values. So here 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. For second value 2 minus 2 you get 0, and for third value 0 minus 5 by 2, you will get minus 5 by 2 here, and 0 minus 1 by 2, you will get minus 1 by 2 here. So now for maximization condition, Cj minus Zj should be always less than or equal to 0. Now please check the net evaluation row where you have all the values 0 and less than 0. Hence the condition is reached to optimality, and whatever solution you got here in this table 11 is the optimal solution, that is maximize Z is equal to 11. Even if you want, you can cross check it with the values whatever we got. So here x2 is equal to x1 is equal to 3 and x2 is equal to 1. The solution values what you got, x2 is equal to 1, x1 is equal to 3. Take x1 is equal to 3 and x2 is equal to 1 and substitute this in the maximization equation whatever it is given in the beginning. So Z max is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2. Substitute x1 and x2 values here, you will get 3 into 3 plus 2 into 1, 11. And here whatever tabulation the simplex method you calculated and the same values whatever you introduced here mathematically in the maximization equation, that is the objective function, you get the same value. This is called as the simplex method, how the linear programming problem will be solved by simplex method for the maximization cases. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe and share to your friends. Thank you.